Good morning, good evening, and good night. Of course, it depends in the world you are. I'm Diego Gomez, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about a very important thing that happened some hours ago in the Supreme Court in the United States. And of course, this is very interesting for all the TPS holders that live in the United States and that entry into this country illegally. Today, we're going to be talking about this new decision, this new rule by the Supreme Court in the United States. This Monday, they decide that holders of the temporary protected status, the TPS, are not eligible to become the permanent legal residents and therefore have access to the famous green card in the United States. This was in an unanimous decision, 9-0 by all the Supreme Court. The magistrates indicated that by the Immigration and Nationality Law, the INE, they established that eligibility for the status of permanent residence generally requires a legally admission into the country, defined as the legal entry of the foreigner in the United States after the inspection and clearance by an immigration officer. Therefore, they determined that the TPS does not eliminate the effect of this illegal entry. This means that if you are a TPS holder, if you are someone who is below the TPS status, but you go into the United States, you enter illegally, you can't access to a permanent residence and therefore you can access to a green card. This was decided today, and as always, I invite you to chat here in the comment section and tell me what do you think about this very historical decision for all the immigrants, the illegal immigrants that are in the United States by the TPS, by the temporary protect status. So as always, I invite you to chat here in the comment section and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Therefore, as I was talking, they determined that the TPS does not eliminate the effect of this illegal entry. And also, we should remember that the TPS, this temporary protected status, as it mentions in the name, is temporary. This means that it provides you with a temporary immigration benefit. However, it is not defined immigration status, but it's not synonymous with legal admission into the United States. TPS does not mean that you are legally admitted into the USA. This is because the TPS law does not specify to the letter that when you are granted with this, you are already admitted into the United States. So for that reason, and also due to experts in this thing, in the immigration issue, if you are a person with TPS and you have a citizen spouse or a citizen children, you will not be eligible also to have a permanent residence unless you leave the United States and you begin another legally process. As I was talking about at the beginning of the video, this was published today in the official website of the Supreme Court, and also I have it for you here. As you can see, this is the official website of the Supreme Court, and here we have the recent decision site, and today, June 7th of 2021, we have this new decision that is right here also. This is the whole document that was published today by the Supreme Court. As you can see, Supreme Court of the United States. And a very important fact, this is also part of a very important decision by an Salvadorian immigrant. I'm going to explain to you very fast. This court's decision was due to the review of the case of the Salvadorian immigrant Jose Santos Sanchez, who challenged the Supreme Court for his application to become a legal permanent resident in the United States. Sanchez entered the country without a legally authorization in 1997. 4 years later, in 2021, the government of George W. Bush granted him with a temporary protected status, and a program was approved. This program was approved after 2 earthquakes in El Salvador. But now, after this review that was entered in 2020, the last year, Now, today, in June 7th of 2021, the Supreme Court decided in this document, in this whole document, if we go at the bottom of this document, you can see that in this paragraph, they specify what is the final decision. And it says in section 1255, generally requires a lawful admission before a person can obtain an LPR status. What LPR means? Legal permanent resident status. Sanchez was not lawfully admitted, and his TPS does not alter that fact. He therefore cannot become a permanent resident of this country. We affirm the judgment below. So this is the decision that was made today in the early morning in the Supreme Court of the United States. Now we need to remember that President Biden promised this immigration reform for the United States and for all the immigrants during his first 100 days in the office of the president. But we can assure that Republicans has refused to debate this plan in both houses of the Congress. For example, we can also remember that during March of this year, the Democratic majority of the House of Representatives approved a plan that includes a path of citizenship for hundreds of thousands of immigrants. Also, this includes holders of the TPS who have been in the country for a long time. This was approved in March, but now, thanks to this new decision, we can also remember that during the presidential campaign of Biden, he also promised this path of citizenship during his first 100 days in the office. But due to this recent decision, many immigration attorneys, many experts have spoke out arguing that the only solution that may arise for TPS holders right now is the creation of a new law that provides them with a permanent residence. But this law should be approved by both Democrats and Republicans in the United States. And we enter in this new circle that Democrats approve, Republicans doesn't approve, and then Republicans approve, but Democrats doesn't approve. And this is the game that's playing right now in the United States in the majority of decisions. So this is the panorama right now for all the immigrants that are protected by the TPS, by the temporary status protection. And as always, I invite you to chat right here in the comment section and tell me what do you think about this very important decision that was made today by the Supreme Court of the United States. And as always, I invite you to follow me in my social media that is down here below: Facebook at Diego Gomez TV, Twitter and Instagram at Diego Reportero, and also I invite you to subscribe right here and click on the notification bell of my YouTube channel, Diego Gomez TV. This was all for today, and I see you in my next streaming. Goodbye.